Is we live? Is we on? I think we on. Oh, I'm gonna button y'all's face. I should have thought about that light behind me beforehand. I'm gonna just wait and see if anybody joins me. I don't have my glasses on. Come bring them to me. Let me see. Let's see if it did I go? I did go live. I did. Let's see if anybody joins me. This thing looks like I got a whole booger in my nose. Yeah, so there's one pack. Let me see the rest of them. Let me see. How many? You're supposed to have 12. How many come in the box? Oh, 6 contact lenses. So there's 3 in the box. 3 times 4 is 12. So that's 12 months. Okay. Hey, Trees. Look. Oh, here, baby, take this. Hey, Miss Norma J. Hey, Miss Patricia. Happy Sunday. Hey, Miss Shadell. Hey, Isis girl. Hey, Miss C. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. Hey, D. What's good? What's good? How y'all feeling today? Hey, Lynette girl. It's nice to see y'all. You know, but sometimes I'll be like, is somebody going to show up or is it going to be me talking to myself? It'd be okay because when I'm in here doing my lives, I be talking to myself. So that ain't a thing. That ain't a thing at all. How is everybody? How has everybody been the last couple weeks? Because I wasn't here last week. Hey, PKN CRM. Listen, girl, I need a nickname. I'm going to call you PK. I don't know. Look, I'm hoping my internet gonna work well. Let's see. I'm using my hotspot on my cell phone. And I need to see if it's actually hotspotting. I mean, if it's connected to the hotspot versus to the house Wi-Fi. Act like you know. Act like you know. Okay, listen. Y'all know that's stuck because all I do is TikTok. Watch TikTok. Hey, stay tuned review. Chilling like Precious at a golden cross. Listen, ain't nobody fooling with you. Ain't nobody fooling with you. Where's my little thing? You know, normally you could just push it on the little tab up here at the top. And it wanna act new.
I didn't get.
See, I don't like when they ask me stuff. Y'all just keep on coming in. Tell me something good before we start. What is happening here? I ain't looking for nothing about sharing, nothing. I just kind of washed my hair, so it's a little wet, a little white. Lots to talk about today. Okay, well, what you want to start talking about first?
They're all the same.
Let me see.
You know how he told me that my right eye is like
this Royal. This Kingston, y'all. How y'all know this all the same eye? What? Get another box then.
I did.
Because wait,
that's the second box.
No, they can't be all the same. Maybe it's 2 of them in here.
Maybe. But how am I supposed to tell the difference between the right and the left?
Child. You know, your brother got ask your brother. He the one wear contacts too. Ask your brother.
I did ask him.
Happy birthday, Miss C. It's your birthday on Wednesday. Oh, you know what? And y'all don't even know how fine she is. Like, y'all don't even realize how 50 look hella good on her. Hey, Papa. Listen, y'all don't even know how good 50 looks on her. Okay, no, cancel. I want to see. I want us to have good Wi-Fi. And I'm really having issue finding my little Wi-Fi button. Go my settings, y'all. Hold on, my system preferences. I don't really mess with MacBook like this, but I have one. And it's normally just up at the top for me. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just right there and I'd be able to click it. And this is when I'd be feeling like, am I old? Nah, I ain't. I'm just not a MacBook girl. Let me see. Hold on, y'all. Hang in there with me a second or 2 or 3 longer. I ain't seen y'all. And stay tuned. Reviews say we got a lot to talk about. Oh, wait. Here we go. I think this is it. No. No, no. Girl, it's in the genes and the way you eat and the way you take care of yourself, how you put yourself first. All of those things are the reason you look so amazing. So amazing. I'm about to bring back our monthly Ray of Wisdom like check-ins that we did. And that is mad blurry. Okay. Okay. I'm finna fix y'all because on me I look good. So hold on. I thought I did this. Let's get some help. I'm gonna mute myself while I yell. Okay, so it is looking at my hot spot and it's being very ugly. Is everybody see me as blurry? Isis is like mad blurry. Isis look good too, y'all. Y'all don't even know. See, if y'all don't join us on our monthly Ray of Wisdoms, then you don't get to see everybody. But it's a safe space, so really everybody ain't necessarily welcome. I don't know what's happening because it is. Yeah, I'm fuzzy. Okay, listen. Listen. So listen. So I'm gonna try and go to my at home Wi-Fi. If I have to get off and come back on because I have to go to my room where it's the Wi-Fi is better, but it's not because you know they've been buffering. So just let's see. If I go freeze or I stop for a second, just hang in there. Hang in there. Now I didn't found where it was to check it. And now look at me. Where'd it go? Oh, here we go. Let's Okay, so I moved areas. I shut everything down and I moved areas. Did y'all come back? Are y'all still here? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I had to come, I had to decide to just up and come back to my room, which is closer to the router. Let me know if y'all here. Hi, Mona. How y'all doing? Is that y'all all right? Ladies, how y'all doing? Oh, look, my hair. Literally, you can see now, you can see all the conditioner in it that's not all the way dry. Okay, good. Okay, this just think of this as like this was self-care Sunday, so it'll dry eventually. I'm grateful y'all waited for me. I'm so glad. I'm so oh, you so funny. Okay. Okay. We can hear me. We can see me. I'm not pixelated. We good. Woo, child. Woo, child. Okay, let me just start with this by saying that if any of you watch Married at First Sight, after we get off of here, I'm gonna binge watch the 3 that I have not watched so that I can at least get up 3 and then I'll just throw in whatever else I throw in. And then it's all like I'm looking at the little Wi-Fi thing. I'm in here by the router. Spectrum has been tripping, has been buffering. So the moment I freeze or I look funny, y'all just let me know. Y'all let me know. Cause I can't. Oh, and I need my charger. I need the charger. Prepare yourself for some foolishness. Okay, I'm gonna get myself together. Um, so that I'm able to watch it, hopefully in its entirety. Um, as long as the person that whose spectrum I'm using for Married at First Sight doesn't change to YouTube TV before the season starts. Because, like I said, I got YouTube TV and it does not have Lifetime on it. Nevertheless, I'm gonna give you what I can till I can't. So, who we talking about? I'm buffering a little, but I'm okay. Child, listen. This what they need to give me some money. Spectrum need to give me some money. 2G is the right one. Royals in here in my room, y'all. 2G is the right one I'm supposed to be on. Yeah, you should hook me up and bring my charger and connect me so that I don't die on my laptop. You should see how he looking. It's cool. Okay, so listen. Who we gonna talk about? Oh, okay, Five. Okay. I'm excited. Not really, because them shits be long and the commercials be long as fuck. And that's why I'm dreading. I have not caught up yet because when you have to catch up and you have to watch 6 hours of fucking nonsense and commercials. Yeah. Anyway, let's talk about Ready to Love since that is what we are here for. I just want to start off by saying how disappointed I was with the reunion. I just want to say that I'm so disappointed that they did not give me what I wanted. The reunion did not give what it was supposed to give. There's the extension cord over here. Maybe you should be able to pull it out some. My production assistant is helping me a little bit here. No, if not, go take the one. We want to talk about Walter and Sabrina first. How do you feel about the people who came to the reunion and didn't get a chance to speak? First off, I didn't even know who they were. Was Carrington because FAMU told me on in my comments on my live for one, not for my live, but my recorded video. I was like, why? I would have liked to see Carrington because he walked off kind of a little bit upset. Like, I didn't even know who he was. And then I didn't remember Lamont's name because he was there and then was gone the first time. They could have at least asked him how it felt to be the first person kicked off. I would have liked to talk to Libba. I would have liked to see what Libba had to say. You know, Libba looked a little crazy when she was there for the one episode she was there, and she looked a little crazy to me sitting in the cast on the reunion. So not only were we not happy with, he is messing with all my stuff. Mm-hmm. There we go. He got me back together. My production assistant. When I tell you that I have great production assistants, look at that. I think he's leaving now. He done. That's all it took. Can you give me my water? I left my water. That water is fine right here. This water right there. I ain't finished that one. Mm-hmm. I mean, if I had some money, I would give it to him. Excuse me, some money in the budget for the production assistants, I would give them that. But I guess they get to live and eat rent free and have utilities and shit. So there's that. Anyway, we didn't like the season. Okay, we weren't a fan of the season, and the reunion did not give us any hope, any life, didn't shed any light, didn't give us the excitement that we wanted. Maybe a little bit, but not much. Not much. They edited the reunion horribly because you can tell they cut a lot of stuff. The previews show everyone crying, and that wasn't shown. I don't understand it. And if they don't have enough time and they have to edit, then put it on YouTube and let us watch the entire thing. Like I don't know. What's up? It's Jada. Listen, I don't know. I just was disappointed. I was disappointed. I had watched the part 1, but it was Mona, my friend Mona that being here. It was her birthday, and we went to Temecula and we did a wine tour, and then another friend had a birthday, so I had a lot of stuff going on, and I just didn't make it. But I'm just, hey Avita girl, listen, I'm just saying, I was disappointed. So I was disappointed that we didn't get to hear from everybody. I really didn't like look at me just complaining. Really didn't like the setup where you had half the cast on the stage and half the cast backstage. I like them all in one space where I could see them and their facial expressions. Like, don't be bouncing back and forth because I might have missed something on the stage when you bounce. Like, please leave the people where they are so we can see them all together with them fidgeting, with them mouthing stuff like Sydney. Honey, Sydney did not care, did not come to play. And Sabrina was sitting under the shade tree the whole time, ready with her jabs. Okay. Then I didn't like that Shiloh wasn't there. And even though my dogs, okay, that's what you hear if you hear them. And even though she wasn't there, they should have at least touched on it. Like, I'm confused. I don't know. I didn't like it. So let me go up because y'all is talking amongst yourselves, which I absolutely love. I'm gonna throw this in here like this because it was at the top and y'all may not be able to scroll back and see it, but that is that's Fury, the girl. She just be tripping. That's the y'all maybe don't even hear. That's the link if you want to join me on the live. I'm excited to see you. But I don't like that. Okay, so Walter and Sabrina is who we want to talk about first. It was more making Camille and her faces. Like, this isn't about her. A little Black Book 91. You should see that. After, I don't ever watch anything until I do my stuff first. I don't watch anybody else's anything until I do my reviews or my lives, and it's only so that I'm not tainted by their opinions or what's said after the show, etc. So I'm gonna check him out. BW4C Poet. He's one of the people that I watch, especially after, when it comes to like when he's doing the interviews, but not before. Okay. I know y'all know. I know I'll be telling you. I'm starting to believe when I hear that production are after certain cast members to look certain ways. The gaslighting was a mess. Like, they don't don't they know we watched the season? It's the rewriting of history that took me out. Too, Lynette, they actually filmed their reunion, I think, halfway through the season, like before the season is over. They avoided Shiloh situation like it was a bill collector. Okay, so Deja, they suing on. She's suing on. How you know, girl? There was too much tension this season. It was horrible. Shiloh is rumored to be suing the show. Allegedly, Shiloh is suing the show. I overheard from another YouTube that Shiloh is suing the show for not handling the situation with her and Phil correctly. she said she had bruises, but I thought she said that he wasn't being harmful. Child, does she really have a leg to stand on? The show tells cast members to avoid meeting outside of filming, and they disregarded the advice. And then it kind of makes me feel like, did you come on here so that you could be seen in a specific light, as an intimacy coach who is supposed to be vulnerable and had done all this work, and the moment that you don't look or aren't portrayed in the light that you would have liked, now it's a problem. Now you want to sue the people. I mean, like, they didn't handle what situation appropriately, because if it was a regular dating, like your regular everyday dating life, like, explain to me. I mean, because you could have called the police and that would have changed something differently. Like, there's a lot of, thank you, Evita. Thank you, love. Shiloh has no case. Shiloh is suing them. Listen, they didn't hold Zadia accountable enough for me. They didn't touch on her nasty name calling about Aisha. And the jealousy was loud from that other side of the couch with the BGS squad. No, Deja, listen, according to Naeem with the cotton and the spit in his mouth when he talked, everybody was jealous of Zadia because she's brilliant and beautiful. As if the other women don't have a leg to stand on, as if that's really a thing. Like, they were being very hateful and very spiteful. And it seems, and it appears to me, when I think about Zadia, it appears to me that it started early on, when I was actually liking her and was really rooting for her because I thought she was beautiful and she had it going on and she was like a boss babe. Like, and the reason I say that is because for Carrie to come in and to say it's the respect of it all, she wasn't there but for 3 episodes or so. So it had to be early on that you had been exhibiting this behavior. Like, it's not something that just showed up out of like 7 episodes in, 5 episodes in. I don't like the separation of the cast either. They avoided Zadia because their violence was on camera. Honey, notice they didn't play it back. Yeah, they gave Naeem so many names. Naima, yeah. What's the one that Naeem is? They know Naeem. I hate that. Not him. Nautica. Shiloh has not been shown in a good light this season. Too bad she wasn't at the reunion to redeem herself. Donna D agreed. She could have cleared everything up. I would have liked, and I don't think that she wasn't shown in a good light the entire season. It wasn't until they were outside. Hey, Fafa, baby, here you come. Hey, honey, how you doing?
Good, and you?
Nice to see you. Zadia and Carrie had an altercation at Liva's house. I don't know nothing about that. You know something about that?
Yeah, there was, I believe it was last week, they did a panel with a bunch of previous season of Already Love and currently, and I heard that they had a party at Livia house, and then apparently she accidentally kicked Carrie, and she, instead of saying my bad, she wasn't very nice to her. She had a stink attitude about that. So that's what I heard.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I think Carrie was referencing a lot of things that happened outside of filming. I watched a lot of their lives, and they shared a lot of painful experiences from Zadia. That's just really, really unfortunate that that's who she is. They show Naya in a bad light, and she didn't sue anyone. Oh, Nia. No, what's her name? Denise? Who is Naya?
Oh, Denise, yeah.
I don't know who Naya is. Maybe I do. I just don't remember. The party was during the filming of the show. Oh, it was not.
Naya was the one where she was like, she got dismissed. She was, I already have a boyfriend waiting for me at home anyway. It doesn't matter. Remember when she got dismissed by Rashid?
Yes, thank you. Listen how irrelevant these people are to me. They are not. Thank you, Fafa. Thank you. I think Zadia's very smile at the reunion scared everyone into her. Let me see. Okay, I'm ready. What you got, Fafa? I'm sitting here reading these comments. Okay, well, just sit here with me and shoot the shit then. And I just feel like I feel like Zadia, like, it's unfortunate that she has put herself in this space. My life is whole life. And all I'm doing is making it brighter. There we go. Oh, that feels so much better.
That's good.
It was bruising me. And then let's talk about how like Sabrina, who was very poised, graceful all the time, was not here for the shit. Like she was, I'm ready for all the smoke. Give me all the smoke. Bitch, you treated me like trash the entire season. Like I was not prepared for that energy from Sabrina. I guess she was fed up. I guess she was tired and fed up from all the mess that Zadia had been doing, being a hell of a bully. Like, first off, let me just start by saying, you won't be aggressive and be bullying me. Like, that's gonna be a no for me. I'm gonna have to exit the show because I don't do bullies very well. The reunion would have been completely different if Tommy was there. Naeem would have been. Bill would have been checked. Let's talk about that. How did y'all feel about Tanika Ray as the host? Y'all like her?
She was,
What you thought, Papa?
I guess it depends how you look at it. Honestly, to me, she wasn't really. I don't see why she was here because I feel like she was at one time she was more leading certain cast members than others. So I really didn't care for her.
Well, I have actually met her in real life. If y'all seen any 5 seconds of my reviews that I did that I just put up this morning because of internet issues. But me and my mother did a makeover show with Head to Toe. It was an old show called Head to Toe that used to come on Lifetime, and she was a host. And Tanika Ray was a lot of energy and was a little standoffish. And she was a little standoffish. Yeah, very beautiful in person, very extra, but very a little standoffish. Like at the time, I think she had just like broke into the business, and I was like, "You acting like you a whole ass celebrity, girl. You know you live over there where I live. Like you ain't even how much money you got in your bank account? What you got? What I got? Like you know what I'm saying? Like I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I think she was an effective host. Stay tuned says believes she was an effective host. Tyrone certainly hit her with the Uno reverse card towards the end of the show. Listen, I'm all over the place. I don't know about Tyrone. If I had met Tyrone in person, like at a bar, I wouldn't have been attracted to him. With the crazy eyes, with PTSD that told Carrie that was cold to Carrie, but cleaned it up this time and was very sincere in his apology. Yeah, I feel like I wouldn't talk to him like at a bar. Like I wouldn't be, even though he has great qualities, like he seems like he has a great job. He seems like he's a nice guy. He seems to be transparent about who he is. But there's nothing that would draw me to him initially to want to have a conversation with him. Like there's no that quiet confidence, that loud confidence. There's no like for me anything charismatic about him. Or Naeem when I look at him. Naeem is boring as hell. He is boring as hell. Like I don't know. Wait a minute. Somebody said something about I think she was effective host. Okay, wait, we said that. Walter says Naeem likes fighting with the women. Really? I'm gonna go have to check out the live with Little Black Book because he seemed like he was telling all the tea. But how long do I have to wait to get to that part? Because sometimes it takes Little Black Book a little while for him to get us to where we need to be. What you gonna say, Father?
Regarding Naeem.
Yeah. Anybody? You were trying to say something.
Honestly, I actually like him. He wasn't my favorite, but I actually didn't. I did personally, me. I did not have an issue with him. Guess in a sense, defend his girl because I'm like, hey, to each their own. That's what you do. That's what you do. I'm not gonna knock him for that. You understand? But at the same time, I feel like I understand where he's coming from. Where okay, listen, you guys are egging on. You guys are pushing her button. It might not be my place, but I feel like it's my place. And he probably know how Zadia get. So instead of having her go to level 10, he's like, listen, let me interject myself instead of having it go get where it's gonna get there. You understand? That's I took it from me personally.
I respect that. But I just thought he was reaching when he was like, it was everybody was hating on her because she, 8 out of the 9 men chose her, and 'cause, it kind of looked good in context. I didn't appreciate that, and this is the moment where I was like, I don't like him. I was looking at him like, you are just a stand-in. She's not gonna hold on to you too long.
That's true. That's true. But me personally, I think the way I look at it, I do agree with it. Does if you really look at it, the girls could have all of a sudden like, hey, we had to target Zadia, and her attitude did not help. The same with Camille. So the girls like, listen, we have to start pressuring Zadia, start doing stuff, say things where, hey, they see her as top competition. So guess what? What you gonna do? You're not gonna be buddy with the competition. You're gonna make sure the competition leaves or not no longer competition anymore. That's how I took it. I guess, hey, he knows what the men are saying. So in order for him to say that, I guess there's enough talk behind the scene for him to feel that way. Because certain females, the men will have certain females back. Certain females, they won't. I guess they pick and choose which female they want to have their back with.
Well, me and my friend Mona, she didn't see it, so she came over and we sat and we watched it together. And when I think about the behavior of Nadia,
Zadia.
Nadia and and the men that were with them, I feel like for me, I date a man and I'm getting ready and they know me and they see that I'm getting ready to my emotions are about to flip and I'm about to be a different kind of person, they can pull me in like, okay, calm down. Like, okay, relax. Okay, don't get involved. I feel like all they did was involve themselves in that mess. Like at one point when they were showing when they were showing us reviewing back the tape about like when Zadia and Camille became the mean girls and Cornelius was sitting on the couch laughing, I was like, that, excuse my language, that's some definite bitch shit. Like, what are we doing? I'm not here for that. Like, don't do that. Like, why do you find that hilarious? Why do you think that conflict is okay? Like, I don't know. That's just me. That's just me. What she say here? Naeem had to react because he was tired of hearing Zadia vent about it to him. Naeem was trying to prove himself to Zadia. She is gonna be done with him in another month or so. She just, she already said low key he wasn't fun. Like, and she want to have fun. She said low key she wanna have fun, and I feel like future Zadia needs something different, and I can pull the fun out of anybody. I shouldn't have to pull the fun out of you. We should be able to have a good time together. But he looks boring to me, so I don't know. That's just me. Let's see. Camille is the Don. Zadia is the enforcer. Diane is the goon. Cornelius is the house husband. You can't make this. Cornelius is the jester. He is the clown. Like, and his outfit to me showed it, and the way he responded to the questions about do you feel like you were pushed into that relationship showed it. Like that. Let me go back to his outfit. I just couldn't understand it. I didn't understand the gold. I didn't understand the wearing. Like, I felt like really, if you look at old school clowns, that's how they looked to me. And all he needed was a nose. And I just really am just not, I wasn't here for him not being honest about being pressured into that relationship. She chose him on day one and never let him go. And he didn't have the backbone to say, I don't want to be in this relationship, or I don't like the way you're acting. I like you as a person, but I don't like the behavior. So I don't know. And he hides it due to the church. Carrie, I don't know. I said, what is he hiding? I live in DC here. No, allegedly here he plays for the other team. Are we talking about Cornelius? Oh my. Okay. Okay. Listen. Listen. I feel like people should be who they are. He need not hide it. And I, like Mona says, I can totally see it. I can totally see it in him hiding it because of the church. This is that's I could see that being a thing. I don't know if that's true or not, but I know that I could see it. Look, everybody's like, I can see it. I can look at him and tell. Yeah. And I feel like if it is, then he should live out loud. He should live out loud, and he should definitely get him a stylist, because if he is, he's not very stylish in his dress. Like Camille talking about Olivia and Shay Shay, they are made up. Oh, no, they are real. She was sitting there talking to herself, keeping it classy, keep it classy. Cornelius looked like a bellhop. Child, I can't, not zesty, J-Dub. I can't with these. I cannot with y'all. Y'all not gonna have me out here acting a fool with y'all, because I will, and then have to be like trying to delete it, but somebody done already seen it, and then they come back and hit me, when I'm super famous. Let's talk about Camille for a second, because it was the Camille and Cornelius and Zadia show. The show was very much surrounded around them and their antics. But if you think about it, Shiloh wasn't there for the spicy. And they did a lot of damage. Did you guys see Courtney's IG interview with Alex? I did not. I don't see nothing. I never see nothing after I get off of watching TV and editing and recording. I normally don't do nothing. Or with a client, I don't normally look at no TV, no IG, no nothing. Like, I kind of detach myself, and I'm going to work on it. What you gonna say, Fafa? I see you saying something. Here, let me put the link in here in case y'all want to join Fafa and I, and share with us about that live, or any of the lives that you've been on or seen.
Are they talking about I did see that live that was right after the reunion. Courtney and what's her name? Oh my God, Simone and some other chick. They did a live. I saw some of it. Once I seen her like rambling, I just ended. She just was going off and on about basically the same thing that everyone kept saying about Camille and Cornelius. I was like, girl, you're just trying to add more fuel to the fire, or you're just trying to just tag along everybody what everybody is saying. So I really didn't watch the whole live to really tell you exactly what happened. But it just looked like she was basically saying what Courtney was saying, what the rest of the cast member was saying. So I'm like, okay, the same thing. You guys are repeating each other.
Yeah, listen, I'm not for it. Y'all keep seeing me look to the side, because both my dogs was acting up, so that kind of makes me feel like there's something happening in my backyard, but it's probably just a dog or something. Didn't have the girls coming for Lisa. Y'all listen, no, we're not gonna have them coming for me at all. Like, I love all the people, and I'd rather have them on my team than not. With Cornelius being an actor, maybe he could play the Billy Porter. I'm not finna do it with y'all. Let's talk about Frank. You say he left after the first half. He had to go to a wedding. I actually like his little salmon suit. I feel like Frank does very well. And he's very stylish. Let's talk about him and Mumin for a second here. Listen. When she said, well, what happened? And Mumin hit us with nothing. I say nothing. Not a phone call, not a text, not a date, not a hey, not a nothing. And then here he come with I needed to take some time to myself because the process was a lot. Sir, had you got to get with Sydney, I don't think he would have been feeling like it was a lot. Like, I don't know. We saw that they weren't really a good match. I would have hoped that they would have been a good match, but we saw that at the end, specifically with the hug and the choosing and all of that it was just not. Isis, I'm not playing with you, Isis. I'm not gonna play with you, Isis. It's not Scully in your backyard, child. Listen, it might be. Could be some old woo-woo stuff happening. Um, and I just feel like he was out of line. Like, you didn't even reach out to her. You didn't even say, hey, you know what? I don't think that this is going to work out. Oh, I'm sorry. Like, what type of person are you? And then to be like, I'm not used to my relationships being out in the forefront. But you knew what you was getting into when you were going on the show. Just be accountable for your shit is how I felt for everybody. For Camille, who was like, she didn't say I'll fuck y'all up if y'all leave, make Cornelius go off. For Zadia being the mean girl, I really just wanted these people to live in their truth. Frank was out of line. He came on the show. Frank needs to definitely live his truth and the real reason he came on the show. Isis, girl, you got all the tea. What's the real reason he came on the show? Oh no, what's the real reason? The lies. You know, Fafa, what's the real reason?
Honestly, I feel like 90% of them came on the show for exposure. Let's be 100. It's just unfortunately some were easier to manipulate themselves into presenting something else instead of their true self being there. It was their representative. Mm-hmm. So in a sense, I feel like everybody was here for something. It wasn't just Frank, whoever, this person. Honestly, they all from Sabrina to Cornelius. Everybody was here for something.
Donna D said that Frank admitted that he was not used to dating black women and said he had to go to therapy after the show. Now, when we saw that ex-girlfriend, okay, and that Lily lady, the Dove came on there. She was, he had a white ex-girlfriend that came on there. In my spirit, I felt that he really didn't date black women, but I just kept that to myself. And I could see where that would be true. That lady had a little sauce, but she didn't have a lot of sauce. She wasn't look at me trying to be mindful of my words because I'm really so for my people. I'm for my people. And so I'm really just trying to be mindful of my words, y'all. I just really be trying to be mindful of my words. There's a lot of stuff that I just want to just throw up right now. Just keep it to myself, Papa. Keep it to myself. Oh, her name was Alex, and I don't know if she's believable. He has a liquor brand to promote as well as a coaster he has that lets you know if someone puts something in your drink. Oh, okay. I can see him promoting his brand, and I can see him preferring the white ladies, the snow bunnies, as Jada would say. I could. Oh shit, we getting all the tea. Clarence Thomas wife look-alike. Yes. Speaking of ex-girlfriend, Sabrina shared that Walter did not what, honey? That Walter did not something. What did say here? What we say? Frank was okay. We got that. It was something else I saw. Walter's ex is on the next season, and her name is Joy. Speaking of that, like they finna come with us on Friday. I'm going to Seattle, y'all. Y'all ain't gonna see me on Sunday next week. Maybe if you do, it'll be later, but I doubt it because I'll be getting off a plane and be tired. And my review might not be up until Monday or Tuesday next week. But what? I'm not ready for them. I need my month. I need a month break from this foolishness. So I'm gonna be looking for Joy. Okay. Frank was only there. Okay. Anglo-Saxon, yes, very much so. From the Caucasus Mountains, yes. I believe Alex. Those pictures told me all I needed to know. Why? Who is Alex? Why am I confused? I'm confused. Somebody help me. There's a second Alex I didn't see. Her name was Alex. It was Alex. Alex is the snow bunny. What pictures did you look at, Monique? Y'all listen. Y'all can't be dropping this information and not sending me stuff to my inboxes. Shout out to all my ray of sunshines, as always. The colonists. Lord help us, colonizers. Yes, indeed. Alex is the girl that said she was with. Oh, right, because she said. Now, see, I don't know the whole backstory because they were saying that Cornelius had a little side piece. Yeah, they were saying that Cornelius had a little side piece. See, I don't be seeing all that. If y'all don't tell me, is the girl who dated Cornelius after the reunion? Come through, y'all. Give me the information because y'all know I be telling y'all that I don't be knowing. If y'all don't send me the stuff, I ain't really looking. I don't be I don't be looking. I be like, ooh, like all these people will have now erased from my mind. Just so y'all know, when we get off of this live, I'll probably watch all the people I need to watch, and then come Tuesday, Wednesday, they will have been forgotten. You see, I be forgetting people's names right off the top. I don't even be knowing how I do that. I feel like I'm all over the place. Like I had told myself as I laid here in the bed this morning, getting my mind right, feeling that it's Sunday, that I should have like wrote a little note because I had stuff going through my mind, but I didn't. I was like, I'm gonna remember. She said that he actually slept with Camille. Look at me. Camille said that it was a promotional trip that Cornelius and Alex took. We don't know who's lying.
Can we just watch the show and then say what we gotta say and don't go beyond that? Because now it's becoming like too
Girl,
much.
you know we can't. Ready to Love is the only show that does that. Like talks in between. Like when you look at I don't know, that year with Chris and Married at First Sight, he did a lot of talking. But you hardly ever. It's almost like they don't have a non-disclosure agreement. Like they don't have.
Yeah, they don't have NDA. Yeah.
Yeah. That says we can't talk about the show while the show is going.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, Nate says I missed the show where there was no tea. That was number one and number one only.
That started last season though. The previous season wasn't like that. I didn't see season 2. I saw half of season 1. Season 3, I saw 80% of it. Season 4, all of it. So I think it really started last season.
Yeah. I think it was the season after Tandy. The season after Tandy and Joy, and after
that, when they went to the resort. Yes,
yeah, I think it was the season after that.
Yeah,
Cornelius was using that girl to get access to get into the industry and make connections. She got him into the Soul Train Award, and he was done after that. Alex,
it might be it. Who knows?
Listen, people like spoilers and backstories. I don't. I only review the show because it'd be so much that you have to keep up with. I just can't. I just wait until we get on the live and y'all can give me all the details because I only review the show. I only review the show. It's gonna have to be something really good for me to really go and research outside the backstories and stuff. Okay, let's go on. Let me see. I see you stay tuned reviews. That's good. We're gonna talk about that. There should be something in their contract. Yeah, I agree, Donna D. Especially at least to wait until I save the messy reputation that the show is going to have. With them coming in with only 7 and 7, 14 people, and them saying that they're going straight in, that there's no casting special and all of that. To me, that feels like maybe we're going to get a little more time with the couples, the potential couples. Maybe they're trying something different. Maybe they've heard the She Shed say a million times that they need more. We need to see more. So let's see. Let's talk about them. Where'd it go? Here we go. Corey cried, but those tears went away when Tasia called him out. He tried to throw the other guys under the bus, but got checked expeditiously. And it's funny how they quickly checked Corey, the goofball, the socially awkward, probably really much so brainiac. You about to say something? What you got, girl? Because I can come back.
I'm sorry. I was like, they checked Corey, but they didn't check Walter.
No, Naeem. They didn't check Naeem.
Naeem was, but Naeem wasn't
Why
nonstop.
Walter needed to be checked? What Walter need checking from? Walter, what do you
Cause
do?
you could tell Walter was playing both fences. You could tell Walter was just here enjoying it, and he's just like, listen, if I like you today, it's you. If I like you tomorrow, it's you. I'm That's how I look at it with Walter. He needs to be check on that. But Naeem, we rarely saw him interact with anyone really. That's why I was like, Naeem, okay. I didn't really think too much of what was going on during the reunion because of that. I was like, okay, Naeem was not really much factor to me personally.
Oh, Chris, that's her baby in the background. Unless you're talking about the dogs that you heard. Don't worry, it's just the baby. You know, the babies be doing their own thing. Okay. They don't care about what we doing. They care not. Do you see me? I want your attention. Hello, mama. They checked Corey because he was lying. Okay, I get it. But they should have also probably checked not I just really didn't like that. I didn't like that he felt like he needed to put her on a pedestal and say that the reason all the ladies were upset with her was because, everybody wanted her and adored her and, admonished her and she was beautiful. Because no, that ain't why them ladies was upset. Because them like those ladies, there were some that, weren't as pretty, but, that I think that they all held their own. Oh Lord, please watch the interview with Little Black Book. What you talking about, Walters? I will. It's 4 hours though, girl. I don't know if I got 4 hours. Tommy would have definitely straightened all of that out, and I think too, partly, you have to have the right disposition for it. I think Tanika Ray was really just being a host. I don't think she had the disposition to check people, except for when she told Corey to pause and let Tasia finish. That was the only thing that she was able to say. Because he could have let me be the host. They need somebody that's down to earth, like regular, down to earth, gonna be natural and call it how they see it. Acting a real, yeah, but it's 4 hours, Mona. I don't know. I just 4 hours is a lot. Anybody got a summary, a synopsis? What's those called? Cliff notes of the Little Black Books thing. Because if I'm not watching it while it's happening, I ain't gonna. 4 hours is 4 hours is I'm gonna be skirting through. Anybody got any like number like hour 1.23 that I need to go look at? Because I don't know if I got 4 hours to be sitting there. 4 hours and 23 minutes, I think is what they said. Let me see. Tanika played the role of a substitute teacher. Yeah. But they needed somebody that was gonna come in and be like hard hitting and asking and being like, okay, that's really not appropriate. Or you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Only other time she got into it was when they talked about the Brown Girl Squad, and she was like, I don't like the separation. Other than that, it's 4 hours and 50 minutes. I don't have that time. If it was still when I was still locked in here, sick with COVID, maybe. But right now, I don't have 4 hours to out. I don't even think I could have watched it while it was going for 4 hours. I'm gonna just keep it a band, y'all. I probably wouldn't have. I have to wait because it'd be a lot of like regular like banter, like stuff, and then Little Black Book gradually gets into it. And so 4 hours is a lot. I don't have it. I like him, but I don't have it. Nothing they didn't share. Okay. Walter gave nothing that Sabrina, Sydney, and the panel shared in their review. Okay. Excuse me. Who else? What else? What else is it about these that we need to say? Fafa, what you got? I'm gonna throw this up here in case somebody got some comments they want to throw in. Trust me, it will go fast. Just let it run, do your quick cookies, whatever. They got right into it. Okay.
Regarding who? Or just someone
Little Black Book and Walter, 4 hours. They're saying that the 4 hours.
I didn't watch it. I honestly, even if I do catch it, I'll just leave in the background and just go about my business. So I really did not watch that particular one because I didn't even know it was on.
Elodie's coming with the clip notes. Walter is from Panama. His mom plumber and his stepdad. He was smart growing up and gifted programs. Dropped out of college. Likes younger women under 40, not 30. Sabrina caught him off guard. Sabrina called Walter out during the interview. Oh, and said he had a girlfriend outside of the show while he was going through the process. I heard that somewhere else. That's why he was not engaged. That he was disengaged was because he was working with somebody else. And that's definitely a distraction. Absolutely can.
Let me say, me personally, that's the
Yeah.
only thing I hold against Sabrina. That's why I'm like kind of looking at her sideways. I appreciate at the end she's like, I got myself. But to me, you knew he wasn't checking for you. You complain about week in, week out. Oh, you feel like he's not there, he's not checking for you. But you still decided to stay until the end. You chose yourself.
Mhm.
That's the only thing I'm like, I don't really trust her reasoning. There has to be something else. Don't say, oh, if he wasn't checking for you, he wasn't checking for you. Why wait until the end? Or I choose myself. That's
Mm.
definitely. And I'm like, so don't say somebody else was here for the end or was for some other reason. You're the first one that should not have been here because you should have been left a long time ago. You had no other options. You stick with the one person that you knew wasn't checking for you, but you stay. Then, oh, holy girl, I chose myself. I want to do me.
Well, oh, I hear you. Hey, I'm gonna step away for a second. Amy J, welcome. Come talk to us. I can hear you. I'm just gonna step away from
Hey,
the camera.
hey! I was calling. I mean, I called in because I was going to share that because I did. I watched some of his interview, Walter. I didn't watch 4 hours, but what I caught, he kind of explained his absence with Sabrina as that they had an understanding. Because he said when they first started talking, she told him her number one was Tyrone, and she was really feeling Tyrone. And at one point, because they were sharing with each other a lot, because they were like, friendship and kind of dating goals. So he said that she came to him and she came to him after Tyrone chose Shiloh, and she was upset because she was like, I can't believe this. I was going to tell him that day that I chose him, and he literally told me right then that he wanted Shiloh. She didn't tell Tyrone, didn't tell Walt. Well, she didn't tell Tyrone at the moment, but she was so upset because she really wanted Tyrone. At that point, he was already talking to other people. He said he was talking to Cecilia, which didn't get aired. He had like 4 dates with her. He said he was talking to what's the other girl in the Brown Girl Squad? What's the girl's name in the Brown Girl Squad? Mumine. He was talking to Mumine, and he was it was her, Mumine, and Sabrina that he was all talking to. He said Sabrina, and initially he really liked her, but he said because of the drama on the show, their conversations changed over time. And he said that basically she would call him and more so be like her venting sessions. And she would be yelling and going off about the Brown Girl Squad, hating on them. And he said so he kind of stepped back from that, but also because he had a really, really busy work schedule. He said that he was training somebody in boxing or some stuff on top of him doing entrepreneur work. And he said Sabrina and him, she told him she understood because she's an entrepreneur, but it was like her attitude changed when Tyrone stopped dealing with her. So she started to kind of deflect and also projected he was not doing his end of the deal when they had an understanding. That's what he said. So, and then he also added that basically he wasn't calling her as much, but she was cool with it when she was engaged to other people, like engaging with other people. But then he said that she basically flipped it on the reunion because she could have talked to him and let him know he feels like to a certain extent she used it as a moment for herself. Yeah, so that's what I caught. And I was like, and then he also shared this one incident where he said, because he was talking to both Mumine and Sabrina. Mumine, remember when she had her car breakdown, or not her car breakdown, but her tire break? She was riding around in a donut for like weeks. he came to Mumin and was like, "You're not supposed to ride around on no donut for too long," because he was dating her and Sabrina, and he was like, "I'll buy you a tire to like substitute for the tire that's broke." Mumin agreed. They went to go pick up the tire together, and when they got to the tire shop, he actually was coached it, but he was actually upsell to buy 4 tires. So he wound up spending $500 on Mumin's tires. Mumin's take goes to the girls' lounge and tells them, "Oh, he brought me 4 tires. I got Walter under. Like I got him going. He wants me." Sabrina is pissed because she gets caught off guard, and she said, "Well, if he bought you 4 tires, he'll buy me a home." Basically said that he's feeling her more. And it already was contention between Mumin because Mumin was in the Brown Girl Squad, and the Brown Girl Squad did not like Sabrina and the other girls. So Sabrina was mad. She confronted Walter. Walter was like, at that point, he was like, "I cannot take this because when you're dating cat people in the real world, they don't have access to what you do with the other person." It wasn't that he wasn't spending a lot of money on both of them. He said because $500 is like a date out with him if he took Mumin out. So he said he didn't take it as it being a big deal, but it being highlighted and exasperated inside of the the girls' lounge made it worse. So when I was watching that, I was like, so he felt in some holes that I felt like Sabrina didn't all the way tell, where as to why he was so absent. But a lot of people in the chat were like, he's lying. They were saying he ain't nothing. I don't know. It was all. I was like, this is confusing. I mean, I got what I got from it. But that was only like after like I listened to it for like an hour. I was not staying there for 4 hours. So when I heard that, I was like, that's some new tea, and I'm out. That was it. Where did what's going on?
Where did she go?
I don't know. Well, ultimately,
Yeah, where did she go? Yeah. But I do agree with you though. Honestly, I feel like because to me, there was some holes in Sabrina's story. I was like, girl, there has to be something more to it. That's why when towards the ending, I kind of look at her like Saddle. I was like, something's like I didn't buy it. Like everybody was buying everything she was saying. Like there's 2 sides to every story. Just don't take
yeah,
the person because you like that person or they present themselves a certain way because oh they're much nicer. No, there's 2 sides to every story. Cause that might be true.
I'm
I
so
mean,
glad you guys are still here.
yeah.
Okay.
How you doing?
Okay.
Did you hear what I said?
I heard before I got kicked out, I heard you say about Sabrina feeling away about Tyrone. Not she was gonna choose Tyrone. I think. I
Yeah,
think
she was
that's what
supposed
I
to.
got.
Her and Walter had a pact. They kind of liked each other a lot, but at the end of the day, they both were open to dating other people. He said his roster was Tasia, Mumin, and Sabrina. Those 3 women, and he
Okay.
said that and he would talk to Sabrina about he outside of the other girls. He shared with Sabrina more because she told him that she really liked Tyrone. So
Mm-hmm.
he said it was one point because the Brown Girl Squad was really causing havoc to the production that she would call him regularly and vent about what was going on with the Brown Girl Squad, which changed his perception of her at the time because he was like, it was getting overwhelming because she would always call and be pissed off about stuff. And it was affecting them.
Oh.
It was affecting them. It was affecting their intimacy at one point. But then he said she had told him, she confided in him, she really, really liked Tyrone. She wanted Tyrone. And the day that Tyrone told her about Shiloh, she was actually supposed to go that day and confess to him that she wanted Tyrone. She wanted him. She was so pissed that she called Walter and basically vented about how Tyrone didn't choose her. And she was like so mad because she really, really wanted Tyrone. So at that point, he was cool with it because he was like, our time together is our time together, Jay-Z line.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So, but at the end of the day, things took a turn when Mumin had remember her tire had busted and Corey helped her change out the tire.
Yes.
She was riding around on a donut. Walter got concerned and Walter said to her, I don't like that you're riding on this donut. You're not supposed to use it as a tire. I will take you to a tire shop and get you a new tire. He takes us to the tire shop, and once he's there, they upsell him to buy not just one tire, 4 tires, which came up to $500. He pays for it because he said, I looked at it like if I took Mumin on a date, it would be like $500 anyway. So
It would not.
let him tell it. Let him tell it. So he says he spends $500, and Mumin goes to the girls' lounge and was like, Walter spent $500 on my tires, and kind of bragging about how he really likes her. So Sabrina's sitting there. So Sabrina says, well, he brought you those tires, but he'll buy me a home. Because she's kind of like letting him know that she has a bigger connection with Walter. So at that point, Walter said, because they were dating regularly, he said in regular world, if you dated multiple girls, they wouldn't have access to what you do for each other. So
Exactly.
he said, and that was causing. It wasn't that he liked Mumin more. It was more so the time he spent with Mumin. That's what they wound up doing. Vice versa, he did things for Sabrina. But what he found at that point that because Tyrone was out of the picture, he feels like Sabrina was using it as like ammo to say he wasn't there for her. And he was like, that wasn't the case. It was more so, you guys just have access to know what I do for each other. So he then took a step up and started going to them individually and telling them, look, I did this for this person. So if she says it, you don't know. But that kind of basically, he said, it kind of already put salt in the water. And on top of that, before this happened, the reason why he connected with Sabrina, because he said he was an entrepreneur. She's an entrepreneur.
Okay.
So she knew the hours he worked because she works them too. So they wouldn't always check in with each other because they also had to understand that this person works really, really hard. He said, and on top of that, he had also got offered a job to train somebody as a boxer. He said it was to the point that he was going to quit Ready to Love because he got so much, but they begged him to stay. So he said that he thought him and Sabrina understood because they talked about being entrepreneurs together. But when she got to the last day and said she chooses herself, she used the time issue as something that was really an issue with them when they both supposedly agreed to understand each other's lifestyle. So he felt blindsided. That's what he said. I got that after like an hour listening and I checked out. I'm not doing 4 hours, but that's what I
Okay.
got.
I was gonna say, Amy, did you listen to the whole 4 hours, babe? Because
Hell no.
it was a
I
lot of
listened to
information. Okay. I like it though. I like that you were able to provide me with all that information. I'm so grateful to you for you giving me all the info because I show in the hell.
no, after that, I was like, okay, it fills in some of the holes that Sabrina left out, but I really don't have a side in this at this point because they're not together. So I kind of feel like it seems like it was a misunderstanding. She's thoroughly convinced that he wasn't being real with her. He's thoroughly convinced that she's misrepresenting how that he showed up for her. So
Mm.
I was like, okay, cool. But I didn't listen to the 4 hours. That was at 250 because I skipped the whole first part because with Kojo, he just talks to them about their lives and how they was raised and stuff. I got time for that.
Right, let's get right into it. I mean, but that 4 hours made him some money. I ain't gonna even lie to y'all. That 4 hours sitting with all the people watching and watching coming in and out. Listen, Kojo know how to pull out a dollar, okay, and that's exactly what he does with them lives. So sometimes I let stuff play like in the background for anybody, but not Kojo. Kojo got enough money. Kojo to give me some of them minutes that he got over there on his live. Okay.
I literally said, that's all I got for you, Walter. You added some information, but I didn't want to hear about rehash the fight. I didn't want to rehash the Brown Girl Squad beef. I didn't want to rehash a lot. A lot of that stuff we know. And I knew that was something that he was going to ask about anyway, because everybody wants to hear the next person say that these girls are mean. I got that part. But
Mm-hmm.
what he shared about their connection, it made me look at Sabrina like, well, if you all had an understanding that you were actually your number one was Tyrone, that changes a little bit.
You know what? And I do remember how devastated she was when Tyrone said that he was choosing um
Shiloh.
Shiloh. I remember how devastated. Remember in the pool, she was
Yeah.
extremely devastated by him saying that he was gonna choose Shiloh. And
It,
Shiloh wasn't checking for him.
and that
He
was
should
the day
have.
that she was supposed to tell him, I want you. And she
Mm-hmm.
called Walter up going off about how much Tyrone pretty much hurt her feelings because she really wanted Tyrone.
Mm-hmm.
So I
Mm-hmm.
mean, that's weird to be able to express that to somebody and then go back and be like, you just weren't there for me. You weren't calling me. Our connection was down. And I just feel like I have to choose me. I'm like, I can see why he was a little hesitant, because if you were kind of mixing it up and he was mixing it up, he probably didn't realize that you were like going hardcore in that, like that you changed the narrative.
Yeah, it would have been nice to have both of them on there at the same time. Let's get some of that. Let's get some of that. Like I know that Kojo goes and he goes in their inboxes and asks, hey, you want to come on? I got X amount of subscribers, blah blah blah. And I wonder, I'm gonna have to hit him up myself. Like, why don't you do the two people at the time, the people that's supposed to be dating? Try that next season. He might. I'm gonna have to ask him. He might be like, nah, Talisa.
What's so crazy? It's so crazy because a lot of people wanted Zadi to go on his show, but Zadi refuses because she was like, look at how he depicts me. And I always just want, like, just at least stay aside. Because right now, everyone thinks, I believe to a certain extent you're mean, but you at least explain a little bit about yourself. And I think with the people that he would bring on, I don't know if they would agree to do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you know you have a side and you know to a certain extent you're not telling the full truth, how would that go? And Kojo, I don't think you know how to like conflict resolute in that regard. Because if they fighting online in front of all of us, that'd be crazy. Not say I wouldn't tune in. I would, because I want to know.
I agree. Listen, the thing is, I realize with a lot of us, we're gonna, regardless, we tell our truth. People are gonna stick by their own version, regardless. You show them the facts, the truth. They're gonna have their own perspective, their own opinion. So regardless, yeah, it might change a little bit. They're still gonna think how they want to think, because in their mind, that's who you present it to them at first, and they're gonna stick with it. So regardless, and if you try to polish yourself, it's not gonna. Most of the time, it's not gonna change their narrative of you. Because a lot of us are so stuck on our ways.
I mean, it looked like they didn't have a handle on everything that happened. If Walter was getting ready to quit in the middle of the production, they probably had to do a lot of like, twisting and turning to get that thing to go. Because that's partly the reason why I feel like DC just wasn't a good match for this job, for this process. I feel like Houston was the best example of it. The woman they did it in
the resort.
Yeah, the resort. I feel like that was the best one because no distractions, no side conversations, no calls. I heard somebody even saying that Shiloh didn't show up because she plans on suing OWN or something. That was just like fodder online. And I was like, well, I think it's just too much mingling outside of the cameras. It's all these side stories because, like, I like the Houston better. I think if they
I think I don't mind them dating on the outside, because for me that means like, okay, you really probably try to get to know somebody. But the problem comes when you're dating on the outside and something happens and now it's a mixed up story. There's nobody there to corroborate the story or for us to see what's going on. And I don't know if I really like the resort one either. I don't know if I really like Real Love. I really don't even know if I like the whole concept of how they're doing it.
I started following you because of Real Love recaps. You can't say you don't like
it. What it must have been, you must have followed me when they was the very first one with Mike and
no, it's not that first.
The very first one.
I came in with your Houston. That's like what?
Houston,
I was waiting for your recaps all the time. Can't tell me
I appreciate you, Amy J. I ain't saying I ain't gonna watch it. I just don't like how it's turning out. Like it just doesn't feel authentic. You know what I mean? It doesn't feel natural. It doesn't feel. I'm here for it because I like to talk about the people and what they're doing. I think Houston might have been my favorite because you saw the dynamic and I had a lot about relational stuff to talk about. But right now it's a whole bunch of excuse me, but fuck shit.
True.
And so
and I heard they're casting for Miami, and I was like, why would y'all go there?
Of all places.
They want drama.
I don't think it's a good idea because, like, you're going to get more actors and singers and fake people just using this as camera time. And I want to see what I would say with the first season of Atlanta. with Shay and Mike. And
That's a yeah.
that was a really good season. I think they need to pick areas where it actually is some people there that really want it.
I did, and they don't even count that season anymore. Like we know that this is season 5, right? Or is this season 5? But if you look like at the specs, it'll say that it's season 4. It's almost like they don't even count that first season, which is unfair. I really did enjoy the one with Mike and Shay and the truck driver that ended up having that rare.
Yeah, only person I didn't like was the guy who lied to all the girls. What's his name? Aaron.
That's who I remember, because I remember them because I enjoyed that. Like, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't like him. He was the only one who was faking. But it seems like every season you get more fake people that's not genuine. Like, I truly did believe Denise up until the reunion, and they exposed that she had made up a whole speech. I was like, what in the world? This woman is crazy. That was a dumbass.
Cornelius and Corey already have a web series. I wouldn't watch neither one of them. Read, love, listen. I wouldn't watch either one of them. I was telling Mona, my friend Mona, last night as we were watching Ladies Who List Atlanta, because I think I'm going to review that.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I need to be on a reality show. Like I feel like I would make better reality TV than most of these people in my real life. And I told her what my reality show would be, but I ain't gonna tell y'all. Y'all ain't gonna go get it unless you gonna tell them I need to be in it. I ain't gonna tell y'all.
I understand. I really wanted to. I will say this: when I first came into Ready to Love, what I loved about it, it was about older singles getting a second chance. Because most of the dating shows are for young kids, and that's what attracted me to OWN. And maybe because I'm mid-age, I really liked that they were older people. But I think that maybe they should bump it up a couple of more years, because it seems like there's still people playing around with the idea of finding somebody.
Girl, you don't think them 50-year-olds is gonna be playing too? They're gonna be playing. They gonna have worms and all kind of shit. They're gonna be playing. They play worse than the young people. Okay, the old people we play. I ain't gonna even lie to you. They play worse than the young people. They got more games in a little bit because they done been married. They done been through some stuff, and they trying to live their best life when they old.
Why are you being a fatalist? Look, I want to feel good on Friday with some love stories. I'm so mad.
Okay. I take it back. All of it. I take it back. Erase it. I'm sorry, Amy J. And I guess this season just really annoyed the entire living earth out of me. Like I don't know. Just because of all the drama with the ladies. Like we didn't see that kind of drama with the ladies in any of the other seasons. Even when you saw like the Joy and what's my girl's name? Oh, with the blonde hair, pretty with the J.
Come on.
And she was short. Winter, thank you. Even with them, with that, you didn't see this kind of drama, and I just did not like.
Listen, when they said they were doing a second season and renaming it DMV, I was like, why? I hope they don't.
Maybe because it's Potomac. These dogs, y'all. Let me mute myself. Keep going.
No, I don't want to see another season in that area. Move on. It was a bust, and I think if everybody can agree that this was the worst season of Ready to Love. Period.
Yeah, somebody has said to me like, "Oh, they should do one in LA." No, don't ever come to LA with it. Don't ever come to LA. Please don't ever come to LA with Ready to Love LA, because it's just gonna be a bunch of actors and actresses. Please don't ever come to LA or Hollywood or Beverly Hills. Don't even come to Compton or Torrance or Watts, because they still gonna pull the actors. Please don't ever come to LA with. I think
they should do a small town. I think they should do a.
Oh, that would be nice. You don't think so, Fafa? I see your face. You don't think so?
They're not gonna go for it, honestly. Listen, who has real job, real well-paying job? They went to DC. They had well-educated professionals. They didn't even apply because they know what's up with the shenanigans. Remember, we come here. they're gonna depict whatever they want you to. So you give them the best, they're gonna use they're gonna use you however they want to use you. So it's like if you truly have a profession, it's not worth it to for them to characterize you or show you in any like their choice to do so. It's not worth it at the end. So guess what? You're an entrepreneur, you make your own money. So guess what? Whatever how they spend it, you control your narrative. You control your part. But if you have like a real job, politician, physician, whatever, high paying job, engineer, listen, it's not worth it. And I understand.
I hear you. I
I'm
was
just
looking at Ready Love listening. She said it looks like DMV is ready to smash. I'd much rather that than this fake these fake connections and the unnecessary drama. I'd rather you be trying to be hookups. Like I'd rather see some Temptation Island type shit than you telling me that they're gonna be in love. Because I'm with you, Amy. I do. The reason I started reviewing Ready to Love with the first season was because I was excited that they were doing a show for people that were 35 and up. I was excited that they were highlighting that we want love, and it looked genuine that first season. Even the second season, even the third season was fine with me. Like, I was excited about that, and I'm still hopeful because I think that, maybe somebody will have love. Like, if we look at Dante and Aisha, for me, they actually look like they. Fafa, don't make that face. For me, I actually like seeing them snuggled up, even if they don't make it that far. I like seeing that they snuggled up. I like to see that they were looking at each other in their eyes. I like to see that he had his hand on her little side booty meat. Like, I liked all of that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that made me feel good to see that maybe they might happen to make it. Like, we saw Reba and Mario, they actually are still in a fucking relationship. What's his name? Rashid and the beautiful lawyer, Simone. Was her name Simone?
Yes, I watched them. Ages and Stages.
Yes, Ages and Stages. I like to see them. I like to see, but those are people that we didn't get to see the relationship build. So I would like to see the people, because probably Dante and Aisha were probably trying to get dates together on camera, but the producers probably was like, no, that's not a good match. And so
and that was one of the things that Walter shared about Tasia having way more connections and having more dates, and it seemed like they just completely cut out her whole story. And me being a big girl, I want to see a full figure woman be loved on, and not like they characterized that girl as just a crazy, like a very high strung. And to hear that she had more than one connection and all the men wanted her, why did we get to see that?
It would have been nice to see. It would be nice to see the curvy girl get the guy. It would be
That's what
nice
I
to
wanted to see.
the curvy girl get the
That's
guy.
why I like Barnisha.
Yeah, I did like her. But she was a little too clingy for me. She was a little too clingy for me. But I was hopeful for her. But the homeboy was just really not. She was too clingy for him too. It was too much too soon for him. Oh, look, David said that she's been watching Aisha's lives over the few days, and that they definitely are real and have done the work and took the process serious. They probably are actors and actresses. That's probably why. I don't know. Some people like clingy. J-Dub, you like clingy? I don't like clingy. J-Dub might like clingy. He's a Pisces, so he might like clingy. I don't really like clingy. I like my space. You can cling to me a little bit, then go away. Come on back and then go away. Like, I got issues, but that's all right. Now she was top heavy with a side of yams. They do that too much. The producers suck. They stay railroading and painting a narrative. Also, we need less celibate folks on the show. They want to appeal to a certain crowd. I guess I don't know if it's less celibate folks. I think I like that they have like a variety of different types of people, but I just really do want them to stop controlling the narrative. For me, I think that.
Can I say I want to see more? Can I say I want to see more celibate men than women, because I feel like with the women, I think it's harder to get a man to commit to celibacy if he wants you than a woman if she wants you. You see what I'm saying? Like, I just feel
I
like
understand. Yeah, I understand what you're
I feel
saying. Like,
because yeah, because it seemed like the men were like that was just a no. They're not going to wait 2 years to basically get
yeah,
married.
I ain't waiting 2 years either. So shit. Listen, the moment they tell me that they celibate, I'm gonna be like, Ashe, like it was nice to meet you. Like I need to move on. Like, what are we doing? I'm 45,
Yeah,
child. I'm
but
45,
for me,
and no,
here's
what
the
I'm
thing
waiting
for
on.
me. When
I
I
didn't
hear
dated with a
celibacy,
purpose, and I didn't got married, and neither of them damn things worked out for me. I'm just gonna go out here and be for the streets. Y'all can say what you want, but I'm gonna be for the streets.
for me, when I hear celibacy, I just don't think you have a long. Like, if you're gonna be celibate, you need to be married in 6 months. I don't want to hear no 2, 3 year, 4, 5 engagements and
Agreed.
you're celibate. That'll make no sense. If you're looking
Also
for,
though, too, I think after you become a certain age, like we already know what we want well, at least we should know who we are and what we want in a relationship, what our boundaries and what our expectations are. We should know what it looks like to be healthy, successful people so that we can have healthy, successful relationships. And so I feel like after a certain age, it doesn't take 2 years for you to get married. It doesn't take
no, it
as long. If
shouldn't.
you pay attention, yeah, if you pay attention, people who are like in their 40s, they meet people in their 40s, 50s, 60s, even when I be hearing people 60 and 70 and they getting ready to get married, they don't be waiting. They be like, I met him today. We got married in 2 months. Like, what are we
And
doing?
that's all it takes. That's what I'm saying. When I hear people say that, when Liz was like, "Oh, we're still going strong," I'm like, "How long y'all been dating? After 4 or 5 months, you need to make a decision because that's like torture. Nobody got time to be waiting years and years. We're not teenagers no more, and I don't want to have
And
too
then
many close calls. Just give it up.
um,
Get
and you
married.
know,
Get it out.
listen, I don't know. I don't know. I understand people who want to wait till they're married. I get it. I understand people who are dating with intention. I understand all of that. And I'm happy for those people that have that kind of discipline, and really, and that's the route that they want to go. PKNC Arm says, just choose wisely, honey. You never know what you choose. And even when you think you're choosing wisely, as we evolve as people change, and what you thought was a truthful, transparent, loving man is not that anymore, or woman for that matter. So we have to
Yes.
choose what we want now, what we see now. We can't expect that this person who we see in front of us is going to be the same in 10 and 5 years. But that's just me. I choose to be happy. I choose my peace. I choose my joy. Listen, who said anything about unprotected sex? Diseases are not always short term, but I can also walk outside and get hit by a car, and that's not that my life is over. So I mean, you do have to be cautious, you do have to be careful, you do have to be wise. But I'm not one of those people who feel like I need to wait 2 years. I wait 2 years for this one man, and he's the one that gives me HIV or AIDS. So I mean, you hear about those stories. I mean, like you hear about these stories all the time. And so it kind of bothers me when I hear people say things as if we don't, like you're gonna wait and think that this is the right man, and that right man that you think is being honest isn't. I mean, as a wife coach, I hear a lot of stories that people don't, they don't, you don't, that people don't talk about. And so I'm not one to put any limit on anything that anybody does. I want people to be happy and choose what's best for them. And so what's best for me is not waiting for 2 years. Okay. What's best for me, I probably won't even wait 6 months. I might wait a few months to get to know you, laugh, and have a good time. But I'm just gonna keep it a band. I just want people to be happy with who they are. Okay. I do think, okay, listen, Reed, we say this all the time. They do need a counselor. They actually could use a wife coach. And I do work with women, but men need help too. I could talk to them just like I talk, because it's really about accountability.
I think that's what Tommy's for. Tommy's supposed to give them pep
Tommy
talks.
don't know what the hell he talking about, girl. Tommy don't know shit.
I'm just playing. I know he just comes there and tells people to love him and then leave out. Look at my clothes. Look how fly I am. I'm so fancy. Now I'm
Check me out with my blue suit on.
okay, now
okay.
And
Yeah.
gonna leave
Yeah. Yeah. my whole thing about all of this is if they do have a counselor or if they have like a coach or somebody, they need to be really setting boundaries, their expectations, really knowing who they are and what they want and moving in that direction. A lot of people say they know what they want and do not. But a lot of people say, you know, this is the relationship I want, and they base that off of something that they didn't see on social media versus on what they need and really taking a self look. I'm finna get off my stand. What's it called? My soapbox. There we go. Is there anybody else that we?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to step down because my I'm about to step off. But I wanted to thank you all for letting me up here, and I'll be.
You always welcome. You always come with the information. Every time you come up here, honey, you come with all the stuff that I need to know that I don't be knowing. Okay, all the stuff.
You keep on doing the reviews. I don't care if you don't like it. I'm gonna call.
I will. I promise I will. Because I try and find people that I like in each of the shows. I try to find the good in each of the shows. And I do like to be entertained. Sometimes I like to watch and be like, oh, thank God that's not my life. Or, oh, look how far I've come because that used to be me. So, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, see you all later. Have a nice day.
Okay, honey. See you next time. Don't be waiting so long with all the tea, Amy J. Next time.
I was thinking what they can do. You know how elimination, if it's supposed to be one couple make at the end, right? I feel like they should the whole ending where if such and such, if the majority doesn't agree, that should not be an option. If you have a connection with someone, let them decide if they want to continue that. Why? 10 women, 5 women had to decide, he don't have a connection with 4, but he only has a connection with 1. Isn't the ultimate decision is who's ready to love or could make it at the end? I think they should find a way to tweak it, trying to find a way how it's not a majority rule. It's more like who's the strongest that could survive. Now, I don't like him, I don't like her. 4 out of 5 doesn't like him or her, so they gotta go. So they need to change it. You understand what I'm saying?
You need a little bit of a revamp. And it would be nice for you just to be able to, if you make a connection, you get to stay. You don't make a connection, you get to leave. Like, I understand what you're saying. Because if I have a connection with the one person that they're leaving, that they're voting off, then now I don't have any connections anymore, right? So I feel like as long as you have a connection, maybe you should stay. I don't know, but they do. I don't know how it would work or how they can fix it. But it does sometimes it feels very game showy. It feels very game.
It was like that. I feel like it was like that the first 3 seasons. Was it? I'm trying to think. I think it was
first, but I think that's why they started saying more people, because the first season they only had 3 men and 10 women. And that didn't work that first season. So they did try and revamp it a little bit.
But maybe they should, because that was the first really good season. Maybe they should have just kept with that. Mm-hmm. See how that worked out in the first season? And look at the rest of the 4th season. It's been train wreck after train wreck.
That was a train wreck too. None of the people stayed together. They was all active. Mike went on to go to Duke. They all was active, child. That was a train wreck too. I didn't
everybody got clothing line. Everybody have a social media page. Everybody, the one person you think, oh my God, they're really genuine. Oh, follow my this. Subscribe. I'm like, so what's the ultimate goal was?
Yeah. So Isis is saying like that they had a connection, like Rashid and Simone had a connection regardless of the show when they hooked up after. Yes, ma'am, they did. But it would have been nice to see that develop on screen. I mean, that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for people who have those kind of attractions and connections to develop on screen. Let me see a little bit of it. Give me, that's why we're drawn to it. People that, don't want to see the 22-year-olds with their shirts off, even though I be feeling a little like pedophile-ish, but when I be looking at like Temptation Island and stuff, I be like, God damn, where was they at when I was in my 20s? They didn't look, the 20-year-olds didn't look like they look now, how they look now when when I was in my 20s. That's how I be feeling. But I know, Isis, you keep saying it's a game show, not a matchmaker show, but we would like it to be a matchmaker show. It would be nice for it to be a matchmaker show. That's all we're saying. Yeah. So I think we done ran through the people. I didn't think we done ran through the people. Next week I won't be live. I won't be live next week, and my Ready to Love will be late. But this week I will be putting up my Married at First Sight. And maybe on the Sunday that I come back and we go live, we talk about other stuff. We talk a little bit about, maybe I'll get a topic and we talk about a topic, including Ready to Love. Something that they do on there, and then we bring it up as a topic. Like if it's they hoeing and we talk about, how you feel when do you feel is the right time to have sex? And I ain't gonna say nothing. Y'all already know how I feel. I say the same shit all the time. I'll let y'all run it and y'all tell me what you think. Yeah, we done. I'm ready to put this season to rest, baby. You and me both, Deja. You and me both. I done forgot the people's names already.
Bye, Talise. I have to go. All right. Nice talking to you.
Yes, I see you next time. Five. Appreciate you coming. Bye, baby. So I guess this is it because we done. I don't have nothing else to talk about. Fafa gone. Amy J is gone. None of y'all want to come on here. I think I'm gonna eat my breakfast that I didn't eat earlier, and then I'm gonna take me a nap before I watch 6 hours. Okay, maybe 4.5 hours of Ready to Love, and try and come up with Ready to Love. I got a private chat. Oh, that was Fafa. She was coming to tell me. I appreciate her. She always comes on. Listen, y'all don't be afraid to come on here and talk and share your opinion. I welcome all the opinions. All the opinions, thoughts, ideas, even if they look different than mine. There has been lots of times when my viewpoint has changed because someone said something that made perfectly good sense to me. But I'm gonna go. How long we been talking? We had some interruptions, and somebody calling me. It's my cousin Karen, y'all. Listen, it's my cousin Karen, and it's Sunday. We do normally have a little conversation, so I'm gonna let y'all go. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Know that I love you in real life and want every good thing that God has in store for you. Even if you don't know what that is for yourself, I will catch you guys on the next live.